This video is not going to be a wood carving, but it's 4 wood carvings for the Christmas theme, the Christmas challenge. What we're going to do today is I'm going to show you guys how to make fake snow. There's lots of other YouTube channels that make it. Even my channel, Let Art Find You, I make the fake snow. But since the Christmas challenge is happening now, I figured I should show you guys here quickly how to make it super cheap. Well, this costs 30 bucks Canadian, this big thing of Mod Podge, but I think you can get it for like 10 bucks on Amazon in the USA. So what we're going to do is we got some baking soda, we got some white paint, we got some Mod Podge, and we got some blue paint, acrylic paint that is, and we got this Tupperware stuff. I'm also going to do a test with this Elmer's clear glue and the baking soda too. So this is what we're going to do, but we're also going to see if this does work. And you can get yourself some sparkles. I really don't like these ones. I don't put too much sparkles in the fake snow because you're using white paint at the same time, and the paint does tend to cover the sparkles. So I think this is super easy. We got our Mod Podge here, our little Tupperware container. I have lids for it. The baking soda, white paint, and blue paint. You give it a little bit of blue paint because I learned that from Ben's Studio on the Lake, his YouTube channel. Give it a little tint of blue because that's the way ice snow kind of looks through the naked eye, I guess. So all we're going to do is we're going to pour some Mod Podge in here. I'm going to be using lots of this stuff, so I'm making lots. Well, that might be a little bit too much. And pour some baking soda in here. I forget, some channels say it's like, I don't know, something mixed with this and that and this, but I just mix it up so it's kind of not runny, but runny. All right. So I'll get all this mixed in here and make sure you mix it good. But if you don't mix it really smooth, when it's clumpy, it kind of, well, it just looks a little bit more clumpy. So I have extra. See how that's just a little bit too runny? More baking soda. You can put the white paint in, but what I like to do is I like to mix this up first good. You guys will have your own ways you do it. So how about I get this all mixed up so it's, see, that's still too creamy. But I got to mix it. I got another Tupperware Rubbermaid thing here, so I'm going to pour some out. And just get her done. So we can put some more baking soda in here. And I'll get all this mixed up and I'll be back. We're going to do a test. All right, so I got them both mixed up pretty good. More in this one. You can see how runny this one is. All right. This one, the other one here is a little bit thicker, so that's what I'm saying. You don't have to be perfect on your measurements. All right. So I personally myself like the little bit thicker one. So I do have these sparkles. You can put a bit in there. There's some blue ones in here and some blue in there. Now I'll put the white paint in there. I got to open it and mix it up. I don't know. This is just white paint I bought today at Mount. I don't know what the name is. Whatever. White paint. Bought at Walmart. Put some white paint there. I don't think you need too much white paint, but that's probably lots. Oh yes, don't forget your blue paint. We don't want to do too much. It's better to start with less paint than more later. Hope I didn't put too much in there. You just want to kind of make it like a little tint of blue. So that's looking pretty good. I'll get this all mixed up. Well, you also need a blow dryer or a heat gun to dry this stuff. So I don't know if you guys can see very well on the camera, but just got a little tiny hint of blue. Yeah, so I'll mix this up more, and then I'll mix this one up, and then we'll do the test. Okay, so I got this one full in the Rubbermaid. I also put a big Ziploc bag around it, and you put it in the fridge too when you're not using it. Here's this stuff. So what I'm going to do is just lay out a couple lines on this piece of cardboard. The thinner that you put this stuff on, the better. But whatever. Have a good time. That's what it's about. This is just to help you save money from having to buy that stuff. That fake snow to buy is not cheap. We'll just kind of put some sporadic around here. Sorry. Shoot the camera, man. So that's that. So let's get the my heat gun out. I'll grab it right here. And you don't want to heat this stuff too much. You just kind of want to go slowly and let the heat do the work. If you heat it too much, you'll burn it. It will look brown. So I'll put the camera in the overhead, and might take a couple minutes, might take a couple seconds. Okay, so there's our lines. And we just kind of did this stuff like pretend it would be like snow landing on a roof or something, and big chunks of snow up there. So here's my heat gun. You could use a hair dryer, but like I said, you don't want to heat this too fast. And you just kind of do it on the thing. Don't put it too close, and you'll see it rise up. Once it starts to rise, that's when you know you're pretty well done. Because you got to think the Mod Podge is liquid, so it's working with the baking soda, and the baking soda wants to rise, right? So once the baking soda rises, the Mod Podge will dry. Leave it for a couple days. Don't touch it, because it's still got to dry inside too, right? And I'm just running this heat gun at slow speed. Not slow, but low. Now somebody on my live video, when I was doing a live, asked me if it can dry and puff up naturally. Well, I'm not too sure about that. That's something that you would have to try. I think the heat is what ignites the baking soda. There, you can see it's starting to puff up now. So like the more you put on, the thicker you put it on. Obviously on the inside, the longer it's going to take to dry. Does that make sense? The Mod Podge needs to dry, so just give it some time, like do your thing. But you can see that now. Let's see here. See how it's raised up? Just let the glue and let the Mod Podge and the baking soda do its stuff over time. Give it a couple days after you do this, because then it will be solid hard, right? So now you can see how much it's really puffy. So that's how you get the fake snow. So now what I do, this is still soft, right? But what I do, like on the inside, it will still be wet. Let's see. Yeah, it's still, let's do this. Let's move it around. Let's move that top dry stuff off. Can you guys see that? And then let's hit this again. Now you get all different weird things. But, so what I do is I'll let this dry. Well, I can even see some of the blue metallic flakes I put in there. In this one here. Can you see those black dots? That's the glitter flakes, but you can't, doesn't glitter because you've got the white paint in there. But so what I'll do is when this stuff's dry a couple days later, I'll get the Mod Podge, and then I'll mix some sparkle stuff inside the Mod Podge. Then put the Mod Podge over this, because that way too, there's this. Well, like, you know, maybe in a couple of years this might start to look weathered and go brown. I think the Mod Podge over top of this will look great. That's what I do with my other projects, because then this has less chance of going brown for years to come, because Mod Podge, you're sealing it, even though this is already Mod Podge. So there you go. Look how much it's raised up. Let's see how puffy it is. So you can do different things like this one. You can say, if it make it not so dry, you can kind of rip it apart and just experiment how you want to get the see how it's still wet in there. But so you can like just I don't know, just have a good time. Here, let's just put a thin little coat right here, and you'll see that puff up. I turned up the heat on my heat gun. If I burn it, that's okay. You guys will see what happens. So that's how you get the fake snow anyways. Like this is soft but tomorrow it will be dry. Maybe I should just wait, just leave this stuff be, and then we could put the Mod Podge over it with some sparkles in it, and then you can see how you get the real snow. But that's how you make the fake snow. Now let's try it with this Elmer's stuff. I'll mix it all together in a way smaller container, and we'll see if this works with the baking soda. Okay, you can see I got it all mixed in here. Sorry. The Elmer's, the baking soda, some blue paint, and a little touch of blue paint and some white. I think we're going to need to use more glue in here. But just to show you guys that I'm actually doing it. Here it is. Put it in the cup. Let's mix her up. And try this. So you can see it's, now you can see the little bit of blue. This is a little bit too blue. Anyways. Now, these are just dollar store sparkles. I use other stuff, more expensive stuff. It's way finer than this stuff, but I'll show that in my other videos when I'm actually assembling my base. But I just want to put some red in here. We'll put quite a bit. So, you know, we'll see if the sparkles actually come through when this is dry. You know, red, you wouldn't get red sparkles in snow, but just for a test. Because already now I don't even see any red sparkles in there. I just see like little dots. But anyway, so this is good. Let's get this laid out. I got to get another piece of paper, piece of cardboard, and we'll try it on that. All right, so here's the Elmer's. And then we'll just kind of, I want to make it like when you do like say you're putting it on a roof of a house when it just snowed or a tree, you want to put it on nice and clean like this, right? But if you're doing a field, I think like if you put a bit more here, you know, and make it not consistent, and you hurry up and heat it, I think that looks better. Man, I got a massive piece I got to do this stuff with, so lots of it. Now let's just do a nice thin one right here, just really thin. Well, this cardboard's not that flat. So what we do before we get the heat gun, we'll go like this. Kind of experiment. That's what it's about, right? So get the heat gun and ignite. I'll speed this up. Okay, so look how puffy that went. So, you know, like it just looks like fresh fresh powdered snow. And you'll see what I'm talking about, the sparkles in here. There's no sparkly sparkles in here. You know, the ladies like sparkles at Christmas. That's why I use it. And it makes your Christmas things look nice, right? When you get the lights on it. But it just looks like there's a bunch of little dots in there. Nothing sparkly, right? So I would wait till after. But let's hit this a little bit like this. Kind of rough it up. And see how that works. Okay, so that really didn't do too much. I'm starting to burn it actually. You see how this kind of falls apart a bit here. So I don't know. I think the real test will be you'll have to wait a day to see what happens, right? Like I can feel this is getting harder already. But I think you would have to wait a day to give it the real test to see if this clear glue, because you can get this stuff. This was like $3.75 at the dollar store, but this would be the cheaper way. You know, you can buy the smaller things of Mod Podge too, like you You can buy these. I think these are like $2 at the dollar store. You don't need to buy the huge one. Like, get this, get some baking soda, some white, and a little bit of blue paint, and you're good to go. You're ready to go to the races. I think it's awesome. I love it. So, but like, you don't really see any sparkles in here when I put sparkles in it, because like I said, the white paint. And if you look here, I don't know if you guys can see on the video, but let's see. Let me try and find you a good example. You don't even see them because it's white paint. You see a little red sparkle there, but so what I would do after now is I don't know about this Elmer's stuff. It just doesn't seem too good like the Mod Podge, but once again, it's not dry. But you see when I did the same thing with the Mod Podge, it stayed all together, and it's getting hard. So I'm going to show you quickly what I would do to put sparkles on this snow. So this stuff's here for like it's pigment for epoxy. This is what Ghost Copper. I do have other white. I can't find it, but this kind of gives you a hue, a shiny hue. So I do have a little bit of Mod Podge poured in here. We'll give this stuff goes a really, it's pigment, whatever it's called. This stuff goes a long way, so I just got a little bit on there. We'll mix it in the epoxy. I mean the Mod Podge. I'm mixing it up. And then what we'll do is we'll get some little fruity sparkles. Let's get the blue color because that's the color of the snow. Now let's find silver. I let my favorite kind are the pearl white you get. So we got a little bit of sparkles in there. Oh, let's put some more in. Whatever, we're just learning here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little paintbrush and I'm going to do one layer of this. Okay, this is the Mod Podge one. Then I'm going to do one layer of that other one. And then I guess I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow morning to see how which one cures better. But I can already tell, I think myself, the Mod Podge works better. But sometimes you just don't know till you give it some time. So I'm just quickly brushing this stuff on there with the stuff and the thing that. Okay, then I'll do this one up here. Even though it's not dry. Then we'll be back tomorrow morning and we'll see which one works the best. Might not be dry by tomorrow morning. I might have to wait till tomorrow night. But there you go. There's how you make fake snow. There's the one we did right here. I don't know if you can see it. You can't, but we'll be back. It's now the next day. It's all pretty well dried. So I did a test after I did every filming. This was just the Mod Podge and the stuff without putting white paint. So here's the Mod Podge without white paint, and then here's that Elmer's glue without the white paint too. So the baking soda is white enough, but the only thing, if you just use the baking soda, that's what goes yellow after the years. So I do suggest putting some white paint and possibly a little bit of blue. You can see the color difference here. So the Elmer's is perfectly bone dry. I don't really like the way this turned out particularly. You can see there where it's a little bit brown where my thumb is. That's what I burnt it. They use construction glue too, or just a white glue. This is the Mod Podge. And I don't know if you guys can see that second one from the left there. I got the sparkles on there with the clear Mod Podge and that other stuff. So I suggest you can use any type of glue you want. I'm going to keep using the Mod Podge. It's freaking hard. Like I'm stabbing that with a screwdriver. This is the way that you can make. I know they make the snow with the shaving cream and the baking soda and then the friggin' conditioner. This is the way you can make the snow so it's on your piece for years to come, right? So you're using glue. It's solid. That's it. I hope this video can help you. Carving Fusion, over and out.